Hello and thank you for tuning in. My name is Lewis with Bienabee Technologies, and today we're going to be demonstrating UFT's integration with Git repositories. In particular, we're going to be looking at setting up a new Git repository in GitHub and then creating a UFT test which we will save up to GitHub and then demonstrate the versioning capabilities that this unlocks for us. So first and foremost, we will navigate to GitHub and we will create a new repository. We'll give this repository a name. And a description. We will keep this repository as public so people can view and see this repository as they are watching the YouTube video, and how it iterates and develops over time as we continue to demo this capability. We will initialize the repository with a README, and we'll add an MIT license, and then we will create this repository. The prerequisites to having the ability to integrate UFT with Git is that you have a Git client installed on your machine so you can interact with Git, which we've already done. We also have our own GitHub account, which we were previously logged in with, and we have a team, our Bienabee team, that we've created, as well as we have uploaded a public SSH key to our profile so that we can easily pull and push data to and from GitHub without having to enter in passwords. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to clone or download. Click the use SSH option because we are configured to use an SSH key. We will copy this right here, and we will open up our GitHub folder that we have saved in our C dev directory. We will right click the GitHub folder and select the Git bash here option, which is added to the context menu when you have your Git client installed on your Windows machine. Then we will type git clone and paste our repository in there. And since it's the first time using our SSH key, we'll ask us to confirm, which we will. And then we'll go take a look at our new folder in here. Here's our Bienabee UFT license. We have a README markdown file. We have our license file, and since we've initialized an empty repository with only these files, that is all that's shown there right now. Next thing, we will cd into that directory. We will minimize this, and then we will launch UFT. So we've launched UFT, and we're going to create a new GUI test. Bienabee Git integration demo. Let's just separate that out. Alright, and we will choose the directory that we want to save this test to on our file system. We'll save this to our C drive, into our dev folder, GitHub, and then the repository folder that we've just created. We'll select that, and then we will create our new test. You'll notice right away that UFT is slightly different than perhaps what you've seen in the past, whereas there is a red icon right here. This indicates that there are commits that have not yet been committed to the repository, and you can also push those changes up to the repository from here as well. Navigate to the file system, and we will see that we have our new folder here. If we were to show hidden files and folders, we'd also see that we have a .git folder in here which has our repository information. So let's begin by doing some simple scripting here. First we'll add a comment. Once we've got to a good point where we want to commit our changes as a change set that we've implemented, and basically what this will do is commit all these changes up to the repository in a bundle, we will say, first click on our test, and then we will say git commit, and we'll first need to of course save our test, so we will save it and commit it, and then we'll enter in a commit message. Our commit message will be added a comment to the header of the test. Okay. We can continue making edits. Alright, let's save this change right here, and we'll give our test a run. For certain things like function libraries and highly technical scripts, this is an amazing system to use, as it will show you all of your commits and version history throughout the time of development. So we've saved that. We have not done another commit yet. Let's just run this and make sure that it executes appropriately. It's launched the Advantage Online Shopping portal, so we're good to go. Let's commit this change back to the repository once again. We've committed, and let's just go ahead and take a look at our repository. We'll refresh. As you can see here, there's nothing different than when we last left this. That is because we've only committed our changes locally. If we want to push these changes up to our repository, we can do so right in UFT by right-clicking and then selecting Git Push. This will push all the committed changes from the current repository. Wonderful. And in this case, it's going to ask us for our username and password, since we are going to commit back to the other repository. Now that we've pushed our changes to our remote repository, we can refresh, and now we will see our UFT project solution folder. It automatically bundles in a git ignore file, which will exclude files such as the run results that are generated and saved to this directory when you're doing temporary run results. If you wanted to add additional files to the git ignore that you did not want to commit that were local, perhaps data files or whatnot, you can do that as well. We can go ahead and look at our script file right here, and we can see the code for our script displayed right here. If we wanted to, we can click the history, and we can actually see the different commits that have happened over time. We can view all of the different files that were pushed in that original commit. We can have a diff review of the exact changes that happened as well. We can see in our config file we've added our hashed password to allow us to push and pull. We can see that we added a line of code in this commit that will launch the browser. All of the features that you are familiar with and love with Git repository systems, and this, as you saw, is very easy to configure by just pulling a repository down to your machine and saving your UFT test there. I hope this demonstration was beneficial to you. If you'd like to find out more about UFT and Git integration or any other of the Micro Focus ADM product solutions or open source testing automation solutions, feel free to give us a call or an email. We'd be happy to help you out and talk through your project needs. Again, thank you very much for watching, and we appreciate it. Have a great rest of your day.